Hey everyone, it's Mandy. I'm back after a long time of not doing videos to film a hair tutorial for you. I've had quite a few people ask me to do another hair tutorial since it's been so long, and since my hair is longer now, people wanted to know like how I curl my hair. So I'm going to do that for you guys now. Most of my hair tutorials I began filming back in like 2012 when I got my hair like in that, asymmetrical inverted bob type style. So I've been growing my hair since, well, not since then. I've been growing my hair for maybe like a year and a half now. So it's a little bit damaged because I do curl it a lot, but I don't really like to leave it straight like this just because it is a little bit damaged. So what do? I damage it more by curling it, but I want to show you how I do kind of my beachy waves, and there's two different ways that I curl my hair. I'm going to curl like the bottom half of my hair a little bit different than I curl the top half, so I'll show you that. Okay, first thing is this is how my hair is after it's blow dried. So I have to use products to get it like this. If I don't use any products, then it would be so flat, and so my hair is very, very fine, as you can see, very, very fine. So I have to use a lot of product to kind of give it some oomph, some volume. So I use a thickening shampoo and conditioner. There's one by, I think it's Rask. It's a thickening shampoo and conditioner. I can link that below. And that seems to help a lot. And then when I get out, I use Big Sexy Hair's Full Bloom. It looks like this. Big Sexy Hair's Full Bloom. This is a 72-hour thicker, fuller hair, kind of like a thickening spray. So what I do is when I get out, I will brush my hair with a wet brush. This is the Wet Brush Pro. This is probably my favorite wet brush because it's got like the boar bristles also. And I just really like how that kind of smooths out my hair. And I really like the wet brush because I feel like it's more gentle on my hair. So I use this brush and kind of brush out my hair, and then I spray the roots with the Full Bloom. So I will just like pick up, spray, pick up, spray, pick up, spray all around the roots. And then the next thing I use is TG's Bedhead Small Talk. It looks like this. I've used it for years. And this is also like another thickening type serum, goop, whatever you want to call this. So I do like one pump of this and kind of get it in between my hands, and then kind of put it pretty much halfway my hair all the way down to the ends. And then lastly, I use TG's Bedhead After Party. And this is like a smoothing serum, a smoothing cream for silky, shiny hair. And that kind of helps make it so it's not, it would look a lot worse than it does. It would look a lot more fried if I didn't do that. So it also kind of helps act as a heat protectant too. So I really like that. So I put those three things on my hair, blow dry my hair upside down, so it gets like lift, pushing it all different ways while it's upside down. And then I hit the cool shot on my hair dryer until everything is nice and cool. Then I flip my hair back over, and it's usually huge, usually like out to here. And then this is what you get because it's fallen. So you're gonna want to section off your hair. You can use like a clip like this, like you get at the salon. You can use a regular clip. Really anything is going to do, but you're gonna wanna section your hair. And what you're gonna want to do first is just leave a little bit of hair down like this. Right, so I'm gonna do a section like that where I just have the tiniest bit of hair kind of down, and then I'm going to clip this all up on the top of my head like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split this hair down the middle because my hair is so fine. I can split it down the middle, and I kind of have these sections right here. And really what I'm curling all my sections, they're all gonna pretty much be, what is this? Like a 1 inch, 1.5 inch section. It's probably a little bit wider actually, but as I go up, you'll see it'll get a little bit narrower. But these are the two sections in the back. And I did, this is like growing out of a balayage. So that's why it's so dark and then gets light on the very ends. So I'm gonna curl these sections, and I'm gonna do this with this is my 1 inch, this is my, this is the Babyliss Pro. If you can see right there. And this is the 1 inch curling iron. And you know how your curling iron usually has like this little stand right here? That's fine in the beginning, but when we do my hair, when I wrap it around the barrel, we're gonna be throwing that back. And it still has like this little, right here, this little part so you're not gonna like burn your countertop. So you're gonna take this curling iron and you're gonna curl away from your face, and you're gonna do it the way you normally do. So you're gonna clamp down on it, curl away from your face, kind of go towards the midway. You're gonna leave the end out. You see how that end is just kind of hanging out? You're gonna leave that there. Make sure you curl away from your face. And I just kind of pump the handle like this a little bit until it slides down. So you can see I have a spiral curl here and the end is out. And you're gonna do the same to the other side. Forgive me if I'm looking in the mirror, so if I'm not looking right at you, that's why. So again, you've got that end out, curl away from your face, and I just kind of pump this handle and slide it down, and it's down like that. Now, if your ends get a little too curled, not a problem. At the very end, you can go through with the straightener and just kind of pull down and straighten those ends. All right, so take the next section of hair. I'm gonna go right up above my ears, like so. Again, throw this all up on the top of your head. And same thing for this part. Curl away from your face, clamp it with the curling iron. I slide it down a little bit, curl away from your face, slide, curl away from your face, slide. Leave those ends out. And then just kind of pump the handle down. So there's the end out, that's what you get. You're going to do that all the way around. And then come to this side. Again, clamp, curl away from your face, slide away from your face, slide. Leave that end out. And this is a very hot curling iron. Like I probably have the temperature turned up too hot, but you have to be careful not to burn your hair. But this is a very hot curling iron, so you do have to be careful. It's a professional curling iron. So you can see, there we go. So I've done these two sections the way you normally would curl your hair. So the rest of the sections are going to be a little bit different. So now I'm going to take probably like right above my eyes, just kind of section that hair off. Again, just get it on a ball on the top of your head. All right, now this little piece here, do you see how fine and thin my hair is? Like you can see right through it. All right, now we're gonna do something a little different. We're going to kind of use this as if it was a hair wand, and we're gonna wrap it around. So we're gonna hold this vertically like this. This takes some arm work. We're gonna hold it vertically like this. We're gonna open it up like this, and it takes some getting used to. If you're not used to this, it's gonna take some getting used to, and you need to be careful you don't burn yourself. Do this, you're going to wrap the hair away from your face, just like this. You can kind of clamp it down a little bit if you want to hold it. Just like that. Same kind of idea. I'm still getting a curl that's away from my face, but because it's wrapped around the barrel, it gives it it's just a little bit different than the other way of doing it. But you will see once I get around to this one side, it's really hard for me to hold it vertically like that. So I will do it the other way. Let me back up so you can see this. Okay, same thing. Hold it vertically, open this up, wrap it around, leave some of that end out. All right, leave that end out. Sometimes I kind of do this a little bit. I don't want to leave the clamp on too long because I don't want to get a clamp mark. And you get that kind of curl. Don't worry about the ends. You can straighten them when you're done, but you can see that curl is a little bit different than the curl that we were doing when you use like a regular clamp curl. Same thing, wrap it around and go all the way around your head. When I get to this side, sometimes, well, I could probably do some, sometimes this side is a little bit hard for me. Like I have a hard time like holding the iron like that and wrapping it around it. So these few pieces of hair, I will do a regular clamp and curl the way I did it with the hair that was underneath, because it's hard. All right, now I'm gonna do this little one, same thing. You wanna hold it vertically, pointing it down, open it up and curl or wrap the hair away from the face. Away from the face, hold out the ends. Like that. And those, I know that seems like a very little section. That's just because my hair is so thin. That'll be a little bit bigger sections when I get up towards the top of my hair. All right, now I'm gonna be up here towards the top of my head, all the way around kind of like the crown of my head. Same thing. So this is how big of a section I'm grabbing. Point down. Oop, I almost went the wrong way. See, wrap your hair away from your face and hold it for a bit. The thicker your hair is, the longer it might take to curl. My hair is very thin, so it curls quickly. And you can see that's what it looks like. You don't want to hold it on there too long. You don't want to burn your hair. This is all the straight hair that's out here. Section of hair like this. That's a pretty big section. Point down. Wrap around. Now I do kind of turn this so I do get a little bit of a lift and a curl that's closer to my head. So I had it like here. I do kind of turn it like that. There's that curl. And since I'm better at holding the curling iron vertically on this side, I try to get as much as I can on this side done before I have to switch to the other side. You'll find one side is easier to do than the other. Okay, so now I'm coming over to this side, which can get kind of difficult for me. So I'm going to do the regular clamp and curl away from my face on this side because it's really hard. I mean, I could probably do it. Your arm like starts to hurt after a while. So that's kind of like more like a little Shirley Temple curl. This is gonna be more like a beachy wave type thing, and that's what we want. And then when they all kind of mix together, they make a really nice wave. So it's really pretty. The reason why I like the curling iron too, and not just getting, you know, like a barrel that you wrap your hair around, is I can do it both ways. I can clamp and curl, or I can do it this way. So again, point down. I'm not gonna have it perfectly vertical. That's okay. Sometimes it turns this way a little bit. It's all right as long as you got that point kind of down. This is the harder side for me. There we go. And you see these ends, you're like, oh, look at that end. That won't be a problem. We can always go through when we're done and run the straightener over them. And I'm actually getting my roots touched up on next week. I don't know why I always film hair tutorials when it's time for me to get my hair done. You'd think I'd wait until after I got my hair touched up, but it's just what I do. So you can see the curls. I've got all this on the top of my head still. So take this out. Now what we're gonna do, usually I part my hair like this, but we're not going to part if you part your hair on the side, you're not gonna do that, all right? If you part your hair down the middle, this part will probably just stay the same, but it really looks pretty, I think, with the side part. So if you can side part it at the end, side part it. But usually I'm parted over here somewhere. So what I'm gonna do is push it straight back though. We're not gonna side part it yet. I am going to leave out this section of hair. Just get this all up out of the way and curl this. And obviously the thicker your hair and the more hair you have, the longer this is gonna take. But after you get used to doing it, you can kind of fly through it really quickly. I'm doing a lot slower to show you guys. Make sure you're curling away, always away from your face. this hair in the back. And again, I usually try to take most of my hair over here because it's easier. So you see if my hair is straight up, I'm gonna wrap around like, oh, I lost it. Here we go. Wrap around like that. And yes, your arms do get tired. This is definitely a lot harder, I think, than doing clamp and curl, but you get a different curl, and I like the way the curl comes out. So we do what we must for beauty, right? Beauty's never easy, except for a rare few people. Now see, I could do this like this and try to wrap it, but it's really hard. It's the same thing. Clamp this all the way and kind of hold the end out. That's just a regular clamp and curl. Which you can see is a different curl than this. It's a little more Shirley Temple, I think, which is why I'm doing this other, why I'm wrapping around the barrel top. You will get used to this, I promise. It's very hard at first. It was difficult for me to get the hang of it, but the more you do it, the better it will, the quicker you'll be at it and the better you'll get. Promise. So you see the difference between this curl and that curl. Okay, they're different. Now you might ask, well, why don't you just wrap your hair around, all of your hair around the barrel, not do any clamp and curls? Laziness. I think doing clamp and curls on the bottom section just makes it go a heck of a lot faster, and it all kind of like interlocks and weaves together and looks really pretty. So it's fine, not a big deal. All right, this top section right here. Like I said, usually I part over here, but we are going to be parting down the center while we curl this. It doesn't have to be a perfect part. Just get it down the center. You're gonna take, I like to take the back part first. This little piece of hair that's sticking up, same thing. Put the barrel down close to your scalp as you can without burning yourself. Wrap away from your face and hold. And it's pretty key to get as close as your scalp as you can, because that's gonna give you this lift up here that if you have fine hair like me, you will want, because otherwise your hair looks flat. And also I like big hair. I like big hair and I don't care. Here we go. And you might want to pull this one a little bit. This side is going to be flipped over to here, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I don't really like them quite as tight all the time. I'm going to split that in two. Now this front pieces, you're going straight down away, but I put them very far. Like, you see how far apart the hair is on the barrel? I do that so it's long, like that, so it's not real tight, because I just don't like those pieces to be very, very tight. All right, other side. Sometimes I clamp this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing, but sometimes that messes with the curl, so I won't do that today. All right, this time I am going to do, I'm not going to do the clamp and curl on this side. I'm going to get it as best as I can. And you see how I have it like, you know, perpendicular, I guess, with my head, or running alongside. I don't have the point straight down because it's honestly difficult to do. But the good news is because I did that, it gives it a nice little lift there underneath. So it works out well. Okay, so for this section right here, I'm going to split it in half. Same thing, hold that barrel down, curl away from your hair. Try not to get it too tight. This is my last one on this side, which was curling away towards the back. And again, I don't want it too tight. So I got this going on, all right? This is what we got going on here. So I'll show you the back. Here we go. It's kind of a mess right there, right? We're gonna fix all of it, don't worry. I highly recommend some sort of texturizing powder. This is Powder Fix by Color Proof. You can have Big Sexy Hair makes one. All kinds of people make them now. But a hair texturizing powder is great. You can use a dry shampoo that kind of is like a texturizing shampoo. This is a Beehive. This is one of my favorite dry shampoos. That works well. All right, we're gonna let these cool a bit, and then we're just gonna start running our fingers gently through them. Hair is still parted down the middle. Can even do this towards the back. Now, I don't part my hair down the middle because I just don't think it looks right on my face. But if you did, I suppose it would be all right, but I just feel like it looks better if it's a side part. All right, now what you're going to do is you're gonna take your finger or where you part. I'm always part like way over here. I think a deep part looks good for this. So slide your finger, or I mean, you can use like a rat tail comb or something like that. Slide it up and push it over. So now what we've got is a nice amount of volume right here. Look at that lift. That's what's important. All right, and now what we're going to do is kind of spray it and put texturizing stuff in it and just kind of move everything around how we want it. Now, sometimes these might drive you nuts because of where they are, because they're like kind of curling forward. Sometimes I'll run my straightener through them, or you can kind of, you know, piece them. I'm just turn this off. You can even try to curl them away from your face right here just a little bit to kind of help, but usually they calm down and hide well within there. But I think what's key for this and what I like about it is just the lift right here that I get. A lot of lift right there. Again, big hair. It's big, it's wavy. And as the day goes on, like this is, you know, tight, it falls to a very nice, like beachy wave. So I like Big Sexy Hairs. This is Get Layered, which is a more of a, this is flash dry thickening hairspray, but it also gives you more manageability. So it's not gonna freeze it in place. Like you can move it around and do things with it, and I really like that. I really like to have some thickening or some texturizing powder right here, because I always need lift right here. So I usually take this section right here, flip it up, pour some powder on it, and then kind of get underneath and lift. So I get lift. Like so. Some people like to sprinkle a little bit of the powder all over because it kind of melts when it gets in your hair and creates a nice amount of lift. These little baby hairs you can kind of hide, move them around, hide. But just kind of piece them where you want to piece them. And again, you can take a straightener and kind of run your straightener on these ends. If something's a little bit too curly or too Shirley Temple-like for you, you can do that. And it kind of just lengthens out the curl a bit. Like that. So, let's spray this. Let me show you the back. Now I do have a cowlick right here, so it's probably gonna be separated, so we're going to fix that. Okay, so right here is where my hair splits. So just kind of piece everything. There we go, like that. Okay guys, I hope this tutorial was helpful. This is how I get kind of my beach waves in my hair and kind of get my hair that's so fine to look a little bit bigger. If you have any questions for me, please drop them below. Again, you're gonna use your standard curling iron. This is the Babyliss Pro. I believe this is the 1-inch curling iron to do this. You could probably use a curling wand if you wanted to, but again, I just do the clamp and curls at the bottom and go from go from there. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like to see other tutorials, please let me know. I'm happy to do that now that I'm trying to get back into filming more tutorials. And I'll also try to film some with like braids and different things like that. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. I hope to be back a little more regularly than I have been. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye guys.